Okay, I'm going to show you guys today me doing my hair with the Pro Beach Waver by Wavytalk. I section my hair off and do something a little different than probably a lot of people do, but if you do this, it will save you so much time, and who doesn't want to save time? Because I don't want to be doing my hair all day long. Okay, here's the sections. So I did like a ponytail like this, like 1 and 2. And as you can see, it doesn't really matter like how perfect the sectioning is. Don't worry about that. So I'm gonna get this top one out of my way for right now, maybe. Okay, now I'm gonna start at the bottom. Okay, let's see. One, two, three, four, five, six. Okay, that did good. I have not tried this yet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so as you notice on this section, okay, let's rewind. So my hair is pretty thick and more coarse, I would say. And so on this section, if you have finer hair, you want to start out at a lower count, like maybe like 3 to 5 seconds, and see if it will actually put the bend in your hair. And if it doesn't, do it a little bit longer. Just start out less and then go a little bit more, but just don't do crazy amounts. Like, don't burn your hair off. But if you notice, like, when I got towards the very, very bottom of my hair, this hair is finer. And so naturally, I barely held it there, just briefly, just to kind of get the bend in it. Using the camera as my mirror is not the easiest thing, but it's okay. Plus, because my hair is so long, well, you see what I did there? I slipped. There we go. If you think, like, if you notice, if you start using it and you don't feel like it's like curling your hair, you can adjust the temperature on it. Again, the higher temperatures for thicker, healthy hair, lower for finer and or really like bleached hair, because it won't take as much heat. And then sometimes people take way too big of a section. So if you do it and you're holding it on there for, 6 to 8 seconds if your hair is super thick and it's not curling, then the section will probably be too thick. If you want more of a mild crimp, you could do a thicker section. And then if you want it to be a little bit more crisp, you just take a thinner section. Does that make sense? Here's the bottom. And you literally can do this like so fast. Now that the bottom's done, we will do the top. In the top, you might want to take a little bit of some finer sections just since it's going to be the overlaying hair. Do you see how easy that is? You just grab some of the ponytail, not too thick, and then you'll just crimp it. Or beach wave it, whatever you want to call it. And this time, with me fixing my hair, it was actually, I actually used the Rev-Air on it the other day, well, like last week. And so it was relatively straight other than just some waves in my hair from like braids, because I always put it in a braid. But usually what I do with the beach waver is I will braid my hair wet, let it completely dry, take out the braids, and then if there's any area that's like not perfect or needs like kind of touched up, or like maybe some of the top hair, I will actually just take like a beach waver like this and I will touch up my hair just like from the braided hair. But I will say, if like braid waves versus like a hot tool wave, a hot tool wave does seem to give you more control. So your hair might be relatively like smoother or more controlled. Whereas if you just braided it while it was wet, it doesn't have that heat texture to it, I guess, if you want to call it that. So I think you definitely get a little bit more longevity out of your style if you do use a heat tool. But basically this gives you like a wave very similar to braided hair. Like if you just braid it when you're fresh out of the shower and then let it dry completely, because that's the other thing. You have got to let those braids dry completely, or you know, they won't have their form like they're supposed to. Okay, I'm gonna finish this last like section and a half, and then I will take the ponytails down and we'll see what it looks like. It could be possible there might be, you know, a little area here and there around the face that you might need to touch up, just according to like how you part your hair. But basically the majority of it will be done, and this is just so much easier and so much more controlled. I probably should mention, before you take the ponytails down, make sure that your hair is cooled off. So maybe give it a minute. And it could also be a good time to put like a hair serum on your hair. I actually put one on before I actually started using the waver on my hair, but there you go. Oh, I love hair serum so much. Okay, you guys are seeing it before I am. So this is looking pretty good, except for this area right here. I must have not held it there as long as I could have on that section. So I'm just gonna quickly go in and like handle that. So at this point, this is how I would do it. And I always kind of like hold the crimper, I always call it a crimper, the waver at an angle, like when you're around the top, so that you just don't have like a weird straight line, you know what I mean? So hold it like this instead of this. Okay guys, here's the results. Sorry, I have to climb in my chair. But when your hair is this long, it just won't fit into the frame. So yeah, if you have any questions, then just leave them in the comment section. A couple of things I wanted to bring up. If for some reason when you're trying to like fix any of the crown hair, if you get like a harsh line up here because maybe you took too thick of a section and then didn't angle it good enough, you can take either the crimper and kind of glide it down. If that's too advanced for you, if you have like a flat iron, then you can definitely heat that up and then just kind of slightly flat iron that piece. Try not to clamp it, more kind of like glide it like this, and that will help get out if you cause like a crease or something like that. Other than that, like, that's all I can think of. If you have any questions about when you're crimping your hair. Oh, I know one thing that a lot of people ask me is what I put on my hair before I do something like this. For me, I don't usually have to put anything on my hair. Back at the salon, when I would work on clients and they wanted me to put some kind of like wave in their hair like this, I would lean more towards like a dry texture spray. I don't really like using hairsprays too much, especially like spraying them all over your hair and then crimping it, because I just visualize the sizzling and burning of the hair. Me personally, I've never liked that and I've never done that. Plus it will get your hair tool very disgusting and get a buildup on it that will be really hard to get off, and it'll just ruin your device so much faster. So again, if it was me at the salon and I was doing your hair, I would put some kind of like dry texture spray that just is not, it's not wet. It's not very wet. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's what I would do as far as products. And I'm a big fan of hair serums. I apply one before I start, and then I usually will apply one after, even maybe like a spray shine if you have one. I love that because that just makes it look so good. So yeah, if you have any questions, just let me know.